It is Thursday, the 25th of July, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Here we are with another song by the Magnetic Fields from their album 69 Love Songs. This time we're talking about Sweet-Lovin' Man, which is a 22nd track on the first CD. The vocals in this one are done by Claudia Gonson. She does a few songs on this album and indeed generally is a member of the band. She's not just like a guest vocalist for this album. She's just one of the other members, and she does a lot of lead vocals throughout their discography, and I quite enjoy her voice. This is kind of a unique one among 69 Love Songs because it's optimistic and kind of cheerful. It is still satirical as it is, but it's a bit more, it sounds a bit more sincere than the others, basically. I think so anyway. So we're gonna listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. So yeah, I just think it's real nice and fun, and I imagine quite a contrast to yesterday's song, if these are your first two songs that you're hearing by this band, you know. There's a quote here from Stephen Merritt about this song. He says, "The original idea, probably obvious, was to write a song with a title that I would never use. So I thought of the least likely title and wrote the song around it. And Claudia is pretty much the least likely singer." So yeah, he came up with a title that he would not generally go for, which is Sweet-Lovin' Man. Sweet-Lovin' being hyphenated and being apostrophe instead of a G. It does feel very out of character for him, right? It's very country, which is funny because I'm going to talk about the actual country song on this album later in the week. So yeah, it does sound out of character for him to use that as a title. And then with a name like Sweet-Lovin' Man, you kind of expect a different singer, but you get Claudia Gonson instead. I think he means she's least likely because he's gay, so you'd expect him to sing it, I guess, or a man to sing it. But I think her voice is well suited to it, but maybe there's just something I'm not picking up there on the satire, the irony of the whole thing. But anyway, let's go through the lyrics. "There's an hour of sunshine for a million years of rain, but somehow that always seems to be enough." Immediately I want to stop and talk about this because I love this lyric. Again, kind of cliche, but that's on purpose. The idea of someone you love bringing light to your life and sunshine when usually there's rain, right? And expressing it like this, an hour of sunshine for a million years of rain somehow is enough, is a wonderful way to express it. Someone on Genius pointed out that this song being like one of the only optimistic moments in the album is itself sort of an hour of sunshine in the album's million years of rain, which I enjoy. "When love falls from the sky, nobody ever asks why. You just take it or you leave it where it was. But there's just one kind of love you can spend your life dreaming of. For the love of a sweet-lovin' man. Some have traveled far and wide. Some have given up and died. For the love of a sweet-lovin' man. Some have broken down and cried. Some have turned to dust inside. But I'll stay right here and not hide in the arms of my sweet-lovin' man." Yeah, like using that phrase sweet-lovin' man, it's so like twee and cutesy, but it somehow works. Maybe it's just because she's got such a great voice and it's a well-written song anyway, but you know, love of a sweet-lovin' man. You can almost imagine it with different instrumentation being like a Philip Spector Ronettes sort of thing, like have a kick thing going on, you know, or boom 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 boom, you know, like a Be My Baby sort of thing going on. And I have a "For the love of a sweet-lovin' man." You've got the Ronettes doing the backing vocals. I think that would actually be quite nice. Someone get Postmodern Jukebox on that right now. But anyway, yeah, no, I love it. Just listing all these ways that people have tried to find the love of a sweet-lovin' man, traveled far and wide, given up and died, broken down and cried, turned to dust inside, and then at the end saying that they themselves have the love of a sweet-lovin' man. And introducing all these kind of dark elements is very Stephen Merritt, you know, about people dying or turning to dust inside is very, it's quite dark, and that's just kind of his style. But saying, "I'll stay right here and hide in the arms of my sweet-lovin' man," just like, I have what I was looking for, you know. And you got the verse, "Until you've had sweet lovin', there's no lovin' worth the name, but you can go blind from crying all the time. And who said life was easy, and who said a man is fair? Well, I wish you well, but keep your paws off mine." So talking about how, you know, this is the true love, the other loves weren't worth it, this one is rather. And talking about like wasting your life on despair, you can go blind from crying all the time. And then they say like life isn't easy, a man is not necessarily fair. So they understand that it's hard to come by this perfect sweet-lovin' man. But then they say, "Keep your paws off mine," introducing like a little note of jealousy, a bit of protectiveness, you know. And then you can't buy one at the mall, but he'll come if you just call. Now, again, I feel like it has to be intentional. I mean, it's on an album called 69 Love Songs. He'll come if you just call feels like a reference to coming, so to speak. And then you just, for the love of a Sweet-Lovin' man, you repeat the chorus twice, basically. And then at the end, repeating the final line of, in the arms of my sweet-lovin' man. I love, though, it goes, you know, it actually blends into it, because he'll come if you just call for the love of a Sweet-Lovin' man. And so it's like talking about someone being reliable, being there for you, you know. And then musically, this song has kind of the typical Magnetic Fields style I like. There's a little bit of it in I Don't Want to Get Over You. You've got the acoustic sound, then you also have the like wow wow. And this song has it even more so because it's got like guitar and stuff, but it's also built around, I want to say it's like a flute or not a clarinet, it's too high, but there's like an instrument in here that is probably a keyboard setting. I do the, and then you've got like all sorts of other sounds going and it all just makes this weird kind of almost harsh sound. Like it's really noisy and high-pitched, but the way it all blends together feels really warm, and I really like how their stuff sounds, you know, when it sounds like that. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow as well. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the music. Yeah, no, I just really like this song. This song kind of surprised me on the album, not just because it's different from the other ones, but even just musically as well, because it's just so upbeat and catchy, and it was one of the songs that really like stuck in my head after the first few listens, you know. It's one that I would come back to a fair bit, and there's a reason why I'm talking about it this week. It's a very good song. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, leave a comment, hit subscribe to be notified of new episodes, and dingle the bingle. No one knows what dingle the bingle means, Pidge. Use your fucking words. Tell other people about the show. Recommend it to your friends, your foes, whoever will listen. I'll be back talking about more Magnetic Fields tomorrow, and I will talk to you then.
Break it down.
The original idea, probably obvious, was to write a song with a title that I would never use. So I thought, beautiful eyes.